stop. What is that thing that we were doing the other day?
This?
That is so low. I don't know if you should.
What about now?
Low. Low. Come on, baby. Bring it up a little bit.
Where is it at?
It's right here. Come on now.
No, it's good.
No, it's not. And this is going to face you only.
No. No, what I'm saying is, like, I don't want all of this open space. We got a lot of head space up here. So when we go live, look.
Then you have to pick the thing up a little bit. How about that? Subscribe to my community now to enjoy.
See, it looks good, man.
It doesn't. I don't like it. Okay.
It looks good.
You see so.
I don't want all of the ceiling up in there like that.
Did you hear him, guys? He doesn't want all the ceiling up there.
And then, what up, though?
Hello, Sonny Bonani. What's popping? Good morning. What are you doing?
I'm just changing it.
Okay.
Like this. That's just like boing.
What is boing?
That boing.
All right. Hello,
When I'm with
everybody.
you. Did you accept it?
Accept what?
You didn't do it.
Oh, no.
Wow.
Not yet. I'm sorry. I am so sorry. No, I'm sorry.
I just want to bop you.
I forgot. Hello. Hi. We don't speak that language.
What up, though? TikTok in the building. What's happening? Facebook. I mean, YouTube.
TikTok.
Yeah, what? What'd you say? Yeah, you messing up.
I was missing
Split
you
ain't
up.
taught you shit.
I was missing you up. Hi, Cap. Is that Cap Metro?
No cap? No, that's not cap, baby. That's a CSP.
Hey, Roger.
It's more of like crisp. Without an
Hi,
R.
Roger. Roger that. Roger that. Roger that. Pinnacle.
You just need to look how my face cut off. You just need to.
We're gonna wait for you guys to come in. I'm Indian. Hello, Indian.
What up, though? What's it? What it is? What's up? We about to drop the gems.
Hi,
today,
Jimmy.
Man. Okay, so first and foremost, we want to say peace, blessings, prosperity, and success of abundance to you and your family. You and your family. You and your family. We hope that today is a great day for you. We send many blessings and love your way. And yeah, man, we're just gonna kick it off, man. We like to always start off that way because, man, it's good to get somebody to send blessings to you. You know what I'm saying? Just overall, just like, what up, though? Overall,
hey.
just
Hey, King.
you know, sending it your way. You know, reflection in the mirror. Where attention goes, energy flows, and when we send it out, we receive.
That's
so,
true. That's right.
Yeah, man. I know people got a lot of people, families and stuff like that, and maybe there's things that's happening, and maybe there's not. And if the family's doing well, I'm fucking ecstatic to hear that the family's doing well. I hope that they's going. They don't care about no language here.
I know.
I hope that the family is doing well, and yeah, man. Continuously do all you can, and definitely. Continue on your journey, and if your journey is to create generational wealth for you and your family,
I love
man,
that nobody.
I'm out here with you. I'm out here with you, man. So yeah, man. Other than that, we about to kick it off with some of our tea, man. Cheers. Cheers to waking up this rising. Cheers for another day. Cheers for you know, breathing in the fresh air. Went for a walk this rising, then went to the gym. Well, we went to the gym first. Went to the gym and just got back. And it's nice outside, man. The sun is rising.
Yeah.
And it's just overall just gratitude, man. Ecstatic. We got a home and stuff like that, and you know, what more can you ask for? I mean, I could definitely ask for more, but I mean, I'm just appreciating where I'm at now. And then having all of y'all and us basically just building the pages and stuff like that, and being of service. So we come on here to basically share thoughts, ideas, things that we're mulling over, things that we practice, and want to share too, you know. It's better prepping us and preparing us to stay ready so we ain't got to get ready. And while we're on the journey doing what we're going to do, we might as well bring it to the light as well.
Right. Nobody. Love it.
So
you're killing it over here.
When you said reading them, we was talking about that too, right?
Yes.
That's what you're talking about. Okay, cool. I was just making sure. No, I really was making sure. But yeah, man, blessed to you and your family. And today we're going to be talking about some good topics that I feel like I had to learn later on. And, you know, why not share? You know, why not share? I may get people who already experienced it, and I may get people who don't know what the hell we talking about. Yeah. But more of the story is I really plant the seed.
Thank you for your amazing messages over here.
Yeah, I rather plant the seed.
That was amazing.
Than not.
Right.
You know. More of the story is, let's kick it off, man. The tea that we drinking is herbal tea, and we have it's called sweet ginger honey. And it's our brand.
Later, Tony Peterson.
We also sell this brand, so if you are interested, let us know. But it helps with mental clarity. It helps with your metabolism. It helps with cleansing your gut. There's a lot of it gives you like mental clarity, awareness. You feel up. It's a clean source of herbs, basically, in so many ways of saying it. And then, like, if you add the aloe, we have different flavors for aloe. If you add the aloe, that's for gut cleanse, too, as well. So it helps with your stomach lining and things like that.
Our link is in...
You could just message us in the comments or something, and then we'll communicate with you, send you the link, and go from there.
The link is on our last live. The live we did yesterday. When you get in there, all the way at the bottom, there's a link to our personal contacts.
Yeah, give me some. You did that. But anyways, there's a lot of benefits, man. If you guys are on a weight loss journey, I've already lost like the 20 pounds already. But like when I say loss, I mean like release, like old weight that are old cells and things that I don't need to carry on. Yeah. I have a goal, so therefore, just eating clean and making. If I'm going to have supplements, then I'd rather have a clean source of supplements. We are #1 in the world when it comes to protein shakes, so I just definitely wanted to share that. And there's many testimonies, even with our own clients, and it's a journey, bro. It's a lifestyle. It's a lifestyle of you choosing. And making what you feel like is a calculated decision, right? On what you're going to intake and what you put in your mouth. Right. That's true. If you're not close to like actual herbs and things like that, true, and you know, this is a good supplement base to have, and it goes a long way, man. We even have a line. We have a product called Pro Lesser Duo, which helps with hunger control, and it suppresses your hunger, and it also helps you lose fat too as well. Yeah. So it eats the fat, and what it does is it craves you. Like if you get those cravings and stuff, and it's best to take it early in the day. You can take it as a shot, but more the story is that's like one of our go-tos when it comes to that. We have some sachets called like Fat Release, which like if you eat something, you can take it, put it in your water, drink it, and then it will help you break down. I mean, your body's gonna do all of what it needs to do, but if you already have years and years of bad consumption, a little assistance goes a long way, you know what I'm saying? So just wanna let y'all know that. But Yeah,
it
man.
helps.
Moral
It
story
helps
is go
it
ahead.
helps because sometimes you can't control yourself in what you want to eat.
Yeah.
And you're gonna want it. Like you're gonna want it.
Absolutely.
No matter what.
And
you're gonna get it because you have the power to do so.
Yeah.
And you can tell yourself a lot of lies, saying that I know tomorrow I'm gonna start again.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna eat it tomorrow. One day won't hurt. No, it does. Just do what you said you're going to do.
Yeah, for sure. Because I almost got some chips yesterday.
Yeah, and I was like, no, you don't need that.
She was like, you don't need it. I was like, but it's only $1 at HEB. It's the Dorito, the HEB Doritos. They're not the actual Doritos, but like real talk, like, you know, I don't need it. And it was a moment where weakness wanted to show, and it was like, it wouldn't hurt one bag of Doritos, but when you look at them calories, bro, you look at them calories, you got to make the right decisions. You got to make the right decisions, and also having accountability partners is a really good thing, yo. Right? You don't need nobody to be fucking dragging you and stuff like that, because like, obviously you have to have your own willpower. Yeah. But at the same time, like, being reminded is one thing, right?
Yeah.
But if you like, but if it's, and you like, you being difficult in the midst of your accountability partner, like, just imagine if it was you trying to help a friend. You know, you're going to be like, my guy.
Both.
I don't want to help you anymore. You don't want help. You want to.
We have a comment on TikTok.
Yeah. Do that Trump dance. That Trump dance. I don't even know what the Trump dance is about. Anyways.
We'll find out. Maybe we can do it tomorrow.
I'm going to see
maybe
what that's about.
Maybe you could do it tomorrow because you're the dance.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe I can.
No.
Yeah,
I don't
sure.
want to.
But yeah, man. So long story short, we want to just let y'all know about that. And if you're wondering what we was drinking, that's what we drinking. But moving on, we like to just drop these gems, man, because that's what we come on here for. And we like to have the live actually be a purpose of us doing and talking about something.
Oh, India.
That's
on YouTube.
life changing. Then nothing. Just being entertaining. Which is not a bad thing. You can go on our TikToks and see, and our YouTubes and see our entertainment. But I feel like Myron Golden said it best. Myron said, entertainment is good and it's a short-term satisfaction, and it'll flee tomorrow. Like what was funny yesterday won't be funny tomorrow. Right? But if you create valuable content, things that can be used and valued and applied in life, even though it might not hit right then and there for everybody, and it may go over a lot of people's head, it'll be there. And what happens is it's like shares, it's like dividends, it's like equity. The more it sits, the more it goes up in appreciation, right? Meaning like those contents that we take time and actually talking about stuff may not hit right now, but they're gonna go up in views. Because we talking about something that's everlasting, and it could be a conversation that can be used 10, 20, 30 years down the line, right?
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay, we'll get in a topic in a minute.
The title of the topic today, you want to get...
You got it.
And then you go on the rest? Yeah. Okay. The title of the topic today is 7 key principles to believe in God for, and how to test your faith to see them manifest. Why are we talking about this? Man, don't you feel like a lot of times, man, when you're trying to do something, there's a lot of resistance in life, or like there's resistance in certain things? I feel like not trying to take it all on yourself and being able to give it to God, man, a lot of the times. And what that mean, like, I didn't understand what that meant at one point. Like, what did it mean to give your goals, give your ideas, give the things that you want to God? What does that mean? That means like, I don't necessarily have to sit there and...
Thank you for subscribing, Australia. We appreciate you.
And actually force it to be done, right? Like, I can work towards the idea, but I don't have to necessarily force it. And if I give it to God, guess what? As I'm working on the idea, meaning like I'm doing the daily task, you know, like I'm making the task simplistic as possible, and I'm leading towards that. Now, on that journey of just keeping the discipline and the consistency of doing that, what happens is opportunities will start to present themselves because I'm maintaining a certain frequency. Maintaining a certain frequency. That frequency is patterns also too as well. That pattern of doing the same thing but keeping just a steady pace at it and making sure that it is a part of my self-development, right? Yeah. And as that happens, opportunities will present themselves, right? And they'll come up in the things and the activities that you're doing while you're doing them.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
And so, long story short, get good at, like when my pops passed, and it taught me a lot of things.
You too.
Because I was positioned in a way to not only come at a different angle with trying to have the conversation with somebody who's not in a physical form yet, right, but somebody that was like, that's super close to me. Like we have deep fucking meaningful conversations, like, you know, and they're just not, hey son, how's things going? You know, there's laughter, there's, you know, talking about history and stuff, but then mainly when the conversations get serious, we can have those conversations, you know?
Yours.
Spiritual, mental, physical, all that stuff, right? And so when he transitioned, it put me in a different way and a different position to be able to try to process that shit, you know? Process it in a lot of ways. Like process it like, yo, how do you talk to somebody that's not here no more in the physical? Like we just talked like a couple of days ago. So now going from all the years of talking, how does that happen, you know? And so, man, what I realized is that I'm from Detroit, Michigan. And with that being said is when it comes to being submissive and being vulnerable, those are not things that is talked about the most, let alone even, you know, brought to the awareness. And so with that being said, man, I noticed that with dealing with God as a male, from my own perspective, when dealing with God, you have to come at an angle with being submissive and vulnerable.
Right.
Because we have so many beliefs that we've picked up along the path that are not even our beliefs a lot of the times. Like we adopt shit without even knowing a lot of times. Yeah, we adopt beliefs. Yeah. Like beliefs are adoptable, right? And a lot of the times we'll adopt a belief and won't even be aware that we adopt a belief, because you got to remember, it starts from children. Whatever our parents believe, we believe. Until we have a free, independent mind say, wait a minute, you've been believing in this thing and it's not even showing you any evidence. Why are you still doing that? And then you start to question things and stuff like that, but doesn't mean that you actually clear out your closet of belief systems that work for you versus belief systems that don't work for you, right? So dealing with God, I realized I have to be submissive and I have to be vulnerable in order to open my heart enough to believe that things are possible, right? And I've had them periodically as a child, in moments where it was like, this is non-physical experience happening, and this is a physical experience happening, and I wanted this thing, and now it's here, and kind of just putting it together, like, is this reality? Is this not reality? I guess this is like, oh, it's nothing magical about this. Like, oh, it's just regular. It's regular. Right. And so you're putting stuff in labels because of what society is telling you is what. So then you take those labels and then you extract it from the actual experience that you're supposed to be getting, right? And, yo, man, it's wonderful, man. And so what today's message is going to revolve around a practice that me and my wife just did last night, which was writing a list of things. Go ahead, tell them, baby.
We wrote a list of things, like a lot. Like he wrote his and I wrote mine. It's like a list of things that are major things that you don't think you can do, or you don't think they will come true, things that you want to do, but you don't believe that you can do. So we wrote it down in a way of us wanting to accomplish all those things in 2025.
Right.
It might not be all the things, but it will be some of the things. I do believe that.
And this was inspired by who?
It was inspired by Tabitha Brown. Yes, I'm sure you guys know Tabitha Brown. If not, then go check.
A lot of people know Tabitha Brown.
Tabitha has millions of subscribers and followers and all that.
Yeah,
she's everywhere.
Yeah.
You can go check her out. It's Miss Tabitha Brown. She is one of the amazing person I've ever known. You want me to start the first step?
Yeah.
Okay, so number 1, provision and abundance. So you have to believe. You have to believe while you're jotting down all the things that you're jotting down. Have to have it in you that this is gonna happen. Trust that God will meet your needs. That's where it all comes from. In order for you to believe, you gotta trust that God will meet your needs, and show gratitude and give generous, even when resources feel tight. Because sometimes you're gonna think that I cannot achieve having $1 million next year. Next year is only like a month away, right? But even though the resources feel tight, still believe. There's a sign. Your sign should be the trust in God. So you should trust in what God has for you, and you should believe that it's gonna happen. And if I can do it, you can do it. If anyone else can do it, you can do it too. We're not going to have it all at the same time. Not everybody's going to win. Everyone is not going to win at the same time. I don't know if that sounds right. But there's always one winner, right? There's always going to be one person who wins. You might be next. You might be next. You might be next. Never know.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
You read the test of your faith?
Yes, I did.
Okay. So with that being said,
silence.
When resources feel tight, so this can go in when many scenarios, man. I've been in many scenarios where I was tight on money, or didn't want to give something that I had. Right? Maybe I just got a meal or something. But practicing the detachment.
Right.
Practicing detachment from these things, man. Because look, I'm gonna tell you this. The reason why I say practice detachment, man, because you can end up getting a Ferrari tomorrow. Maybe one of your favorite things that you wanted to get, like, oh my God, man, I never thought I would be able to get a Ferrari, and now I got a Ferrari now, and it's like everything I wanted, and I'm driving it now. And tomorrow, man, just tomorrow, just think about it. It was the ideal of tomorrow, and you was diagnosed with something that was like, yo, you only got 5 days left. I fucking guarantee you that Ferrari would be the last thing on your mind.
Yeah.
And that's what I mean when I say, like, it's easy for us to detach from things when shit get real.
Oh, yes.
When shit get real, you forget about all the other stuff. All your dreams and aspirations and all that stuff. You forget about all that. All that matters is the most important thing, which is life. Living. Like, it gets dumbed down to that. Like, you're not about to be thinking, oh, I just got that Ferrari tomorrow. I'm about to, tomorrow, I'm not gonna have it, And it's not, you're not even thinking about that. So if you can detach in situations where shit get real, you can practice detaching now. Right? Which allows the vortex to open up for things to come to you more frequently, more with less resistance, because a lot of things that you hold back from yourself because you have certain belief systems about certain things, meaning that's like right. you have to earn it before you get it, right? Some of you people, and some, even at one point in my life, I didn't even believe that I could have $1 million. I probably didn't even fathom it, or wasn't even aware of didn't even exercise the thought in my mind of having $1 million. Like, what would $1 million be like, you know? And
Right.
can I see myself actually having $1 million, you know? And what would I do with $1 million? I don't think at that point in my time in my life, I don't even think that was a thought to be thought. It was more of like, you know, basic shit. Like, I even seen a couple of examples in the hood where there was this guy, damn, can I remember his name? Anyways, he was my neighbor. Frank. His name was Frank. Frank was, he had a little nice house. He owned his house and he had real estate properties. And Frank he was a landlord, so he would go fix on those properties and things like that. And he gave me a peek into that world with dealing and managing with those properties. But it was more of like, I only perceived it in a certain way to be like, this is as far as it gets. He's not about to see $1 million or whatever the case may be, you know? And just wasn't registered that way. So more of the story is practice releasing, practice detachment, and watch these things manifest. Be able to give abundantly without having resistance.
Hey, Germany.
It's a practice, man.
Yeah, number 2, guidance and wisdom. Believe. Trust that God will guide you through it. And then test your faith. Surrender decisions to God. Pausing to pray and seek his direction.
So, before you take action in anything you do,
What's happening in Manhattan?
Try practicing
Wisdom. Hey, South Africa.
Sawabona.
Sibugeli. Is that your name, Sibugeli? That is.
Try practicing.
Such an amazing. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, try practicing asking God before you make a decision. And if you can be stern in asking God before you make a decision, even if the decision requires you to make a decision now.
Right.
If you could be stern, if you could practice being stern, and even be as communicative as possible, like, give me a sign that is undeniable, that tells me that this is the right decision or I'm supposed to be going this direction. And just play with it, man. Just play with it. One time I did an exercise. I was telling my wife. One time I did an exercise by, it was a lady by the name of Abraham Hicks. And she was talking about the button. And she said, try to manifest something that is path of least resistance. Like, super easy, something that you don't have any attachment emotionally to or nothing like that. And it was the button idea. She talked about scenario with the button, da-da-da, this guy, da-da-da. And so I took along this practice. We're practicing the button idea. And what I did was I was like, yo, I want to manifest a button. And kind of like those old-fashioned buttons with the coat, with the big brown little button.
Yeah.
And she was there that day. She was there. I was at the hustle with the investor, and long story short, man, I get out the car. We in the garage at the lower level, and it goes up to the residential areas through the elevator from the garage. And I get out the car and I'm walking towards the elevator, and I look down and I see this old-fashioned wooden, kind of like, it looked like that wooden, kind of like when you get those frames with the kind of wood look. It looked like that, the big ass little round button with the 3 little holes that they fasten the scene through, right? It was laying on the ground, bro. And I came to her with such excitement. She was like, oh yeah, like it didn't click with her as much, but it clicked with me because I was like, I have never seen a button just laying around, yo. I've never in my entire experience, I've seen a button on something, but to manifest a button like that, like I had so much disbelief about it where it was like, you know, like it's a button. Like if I manifest a button, that's what's up. Like I didn't have any attachment to where like saying like I want to manifest $1 million, more of a belief system that's surrounded, well, maybe that will stop me from having $1 million or something like that, you know, or having that car, you know, like, oh, I gotta get this and I gotta do this and whatever my credit and whatever the case may be, or whatever the thoughts are, right? Thinking about a lot of stuff that you automatically are thinking, because that's the process of them telling you what you got to do to get the thing that you want to get, which don't make no sense, right? Yeah. And so there was none of that with the ideal of a button. And the fucking button manifested, bro. In the weirdest place. And I just so happened to look down and see a button. Like, I'm telling you, I've never seen a button. But look, that was the more the story. What I'm saying is releasing and giving it to God, and asking God for a decision, and also just waiting for the response, waiting for something that is evidence. False evidence appearing real, right? Waiting for the evidence to appear in front of your face, where you know undeniably that this is this.
Right.
Next.
Okay, number 3, believe. What was it? Healing and, I love this. Healing and health. Believe. Trust in God's power to heal and restore you. One of my friend's mom said that, she said that if you are not feeling good in your body, or if you are feeling that you're about to feel sick, it's in your power to heal yourself. And I was like, what does she mean? Because we have to go to the hospital and stuff like that. People need to take medication and so on and so forth. And she was like, for you to get in or get deep, if you know you good, you know you good. And if you know you can control your mind, it's even more powerful, because that means you can control the pain that you're feeling, or you can control whatever sickness that you're feeling in your heart. I'm not saying that you should stop taking your medication or anything like that. I'm just sharing what she said, which I thought was very powerful. And I've kind of done it with like my headaches. If I have a headache, or if I feel like, oh my God, I'm feeling this type of pain, or I have flu or so on, you're gonna get things like that. You're gonna get sick. Nobody says you're not gonna get sick, right? But it's in your mind to say, I'm just gonna lay down here because I'm not feeling it, to make it worse. Like, you make it worse by your thoughts, you make it worse by the way you're gonna do things and the way you're gonna treat it. Okay, anyways, trust your faith. Embrace, no, that's not the one. Trust your faith. Speak positively over your health, and live in alignment with good habits as an act of faith. So if you have good habits in health, in eating, like you're eating good, there's no need for you to be stressing on, like, I'm not feeling good. Oh my God, I might have high blood pressure. I might have this. I might have sugar and so on and so forth. I would just believe in yourself and know that if I am eating good and if I'm healthy, anything's possible.
And so chiming on that would be, if you are having issues with health stuff, speaking over it like this too shall pass, right? Meaning like this experience is only temporary. It's not here for a long time. But also be conscious of being a scholar. Man, don't just be like over there wishfully thinking. Like, yeah, there's a such thing as placebo effect, but you also want to do stuff that actually helps with the process. Your body already does damn near 85-90% of the work, okay? But you're the one who operating the vessel. Like, you can have a nice sport car and be the person inside who don't know how to fucking drive. You know what I'm saying? And so, and it's a difference from having a person who know how to drive in a nice sports car and they can show you all the tricks and trades, all the whole thing, right? It's a major difference. So with that being said is, you have this vessel and your body's trying to do the healing and you're speaking over it. That means you have to be the manager. Make sure you manage that vessel very well. So when she says eat right, you don't have to necessarily put it in the right or wrong category. What you need to do is make sure you study. Make sure that you can go towards what's more, what is more less of ingredients, right? When you look at the ingredients, they don't say 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 7, 12, 13, 14, 15 products on there. When you can look at the source and you can say, oh, it's just only this. But if I grab a beet, you know, and I eat the beets, it's just beets. There's nothing else added in it, right? And so if you can go towards and lean towards things that, like, ask what the benefits are of eating beets. What does beets help with? What does dandelion root help with? And you got to remember, roots are one of most God's favorite ways to heal the body. Roots. Like when I say roots, I mean like more like herbals and stuff like that, herbs and things like that. The roots of, you got dandelion root, you got you have black walnut root, you got sea moss, you got all these other things to where you can educate yourself on understanding what the benefits are of consuming this thing that's supposedly have the benefits. And once you consume it while also fasting from things that don't serve you anymore, like eating cakes, cookies, powder, stuff that has no life in it or per se, because like think about starchy products and things like that. There's no, like if you was to put it under a microscope, you can see that there's no life in it, right? It's just, it's almost like eating plastic in a way. But like when the body processes it and the acids try to digest it and break it down and then send it through your body, you gotta ask the right questions. You gotta ask the right questions in order to understand, like, oh, I don't need this right now. Like maybe indulging in it later, you know, having a little snack with the friends and stuff, or we may go to a pasta restaurant or an Italian restaurant. That's one time only, you know what I'm saying? But to have it replicate, you know, day by day by day by day, eating Takis every day is like, you just gotta be woke, man. You have to be like a person who has a mansion and you don't want any and everybody coming in your mansion. You know what I'm saying? Because some people may be out to rob you and some people may be out to give you gifts, okay? And you just gotta be aware of that. And that's what that means. Babe, next. The hell you doing? You out here just
stop
rolling. You just do the finger thing.
Right. So the next topic is strength.
Oh, I'm sorry. One more thing. Sorry. One more thing. Okay. When it said trust in God, that's what the affirmations part was about. Speaking that stuff. Make sure you find scriptures that you can meditate on and you can break down and actually try to understand it, what it means, instead of looking at the scripture or looking at the words as face value. Sometimes there's hidden messages. A lot of times they're hidden messages. Mm-hmm. So you just have to be vulnerable. It's like watching a movie like 7 times, and then like on the 8th, 9th time, you now have seen the movie so many times that now you started paying attention what's in the background. You're like, oh shit, I've seen this movie 17 times, and I didn't even see that. Like I wasn't even paying attention to that. That's how what I'm talking about. That's how scriptures are. A lot of time when you're reading information or you're reading a book and things like that, yo, you just got to be open and receive, because a lot of the messages are hidden right in your face, man.
Right.
Hidden right in your face.
Sometimes you don't see it until you read the book the second time.
Sometimes the second time, if you're really good at really good.
Like, you're really good because really I know good. I'm not going back.
Yeah, boy, like, you're really good. But if you can give it to God, like for instance, I had what you call a Baker's cyst. My whole leg has swole up from my kneecap on down. And so they thought it was a blood clot at first, and then they ended up finding out it wasn't blood clot. And so it was giving me difficulty walking. Long story short, I was praying over it, and I was giving it to God, and I already had a belief system that this was going to pass. Like, this is not forever, and I just need to get through it, right? I need to get through it, educate myself. What is a Baker's cyst? What do I need? What type of herbs do I need to take in order to get rid of it? What was the cause of it? Why did it even get caused? And they were like, oh, yeah. The doctors couldn't even tell me what the fuck was the cause, bro. They just told me, like, yeah, fluid leak from the joint in between the fibula and underneath your cap, right underneath your kneecap. There's fluid sometimes that leaks through. And, okay, what's the cause of that? Okay, what does that have to, what allowed that to happen? And they couldn't tell me, bro. So man, listen to me when I tell you, bro. Listen to me. So you got to educate yourself, because you can't depend on all these people. Like, even they call themselves doctors, it's just a title. Yes, they went to school for a long time, but they only learned. Listen, they only learned what the institution wanted them to learn. Was already paved out in front of them. So even if there's herbs that they know, because this, like, you have doctors to where doctors are not only learning the Western medicine, but they're learning Eastern medicine. And so they fuse and they take out what don't need to be used in Western and use the Eastern, and say, yo, why are we giving them suppressors when we can just give them herbs that's going to nip it in the bud and give them the solution that they're looking for, which is curing it, then suppressing it and elongating the problem and kind of just like you got a hole in the wall and you just paster it instead of actually putting another what's the name behind it and actually sealing the deal. It just kind of looked like it's a covered wall without the hole. You feel what I'm saying? So with that being said, man, give it to God, man. Give it to God. Speak the words. Find the information. Apply it. Eat the right stuff. Put the stuff in your mouth that's gonna help you with information that you don't know. Wisdom, it goes a long way, guys. Wisdom goes a long way. So if you're ignorant to your body is not gonna serve you to its fullest capacity because it takes a manager, which you are and which you were gifted to manage this body. I don't care about what you don't know. I don't care about your ignorance. It's about you actually finding out because you were gifted the body to now manage. That's like me giving you $1 million and I say, yo, hold on to this. Actually, I'm about to go overseas, man. Can you flip this for me? Make more money. So when I get back, you made 100,000. You know what I'm saying? And I get back and it's lesser or it's at the same. It's like, the fuck? Like I could be breaking you off a piece right now. If you had to just flip what this was, but you didn't know how to flip it. You didn't know anything about money and you didn't know where to put the money. And you didn't even educate yourself on where to put the money at to make more money. And you had a lot of doubts and it was like, oh, but I heard stuff about this and it's like you didn't. You get what I'm saying, bro. You get what I'm saying. You got to manage the fucking shit. All of it's managed. Everything's managed. Next.
Right. Okay, so strength and endurance. Firstly, before I read this, I want you to put on your helmet on not giving up on anything that you want to do today. Okay. So believe, trust God to help you endure challenges, and then test your faith. Embrace difficult times as growth opportunities, praying for strength instead of giving up. So don't give up.
Okay. So with this one, I have a story to tell. Embracing challenges. We had a couple of challenges that occurred, and it was put in a situation like a while back. I was on a seeking mission, and I was like, yo, what is all of God's names in the Bible, right? And so one of my mentors, which is Dr. Miles Monroe, was going down the list, and I've also heard other people speak about it, but they didn't give a in-depth detail on each name and how. Because God says, I am that I am, right? And I am that I am was broken down in the sense of what you called me on yesterday is not what I'm going to be today. And what I was yesterday and what I am today, I'm not going to be tomorrow because you might need me for something else, right? And so with that being said, one of the names that I had to understand and speak on and call in existence was El Shaddai. El Shaddai means that God is God is enough. God is enough. God is sufficient, right? Meaning like if you ain't got enough to pay one of them bills, this is the name that you call. This is how you ask God in this way. And for you to know God, you got to know God intimately. That means you got to know everything about God. And God is just not one. It's not just saying God. Hey, God, help me with the thing that. But you don't know this person. It's like my wife. My wife is soft in areas and then not soft in some areas. There's moments that make her, quiver, and there's other things that make her feel soft and things like that. And you gotta, just like as well as you know in your relationships, as well as you know in your business, as well as you know in your finances, same goes with God. So El Shaddai was the name that I used, and I got real intimate with using it, and it was a moment where I had to endure the challenges while also giving it up to God. And like, yo, this is what I need to say. And this is how I want to test the faith. Right? And you say your promises, I'm calling on you. Show me. Right? And it's okay. God wants you to test him. He test me. Test me. I'm trying to show you that I work. I've been showing you. Look at the air you breathing. Look at your body. It just functions on itself. You don't do nothing consciously. Right. But that's not enough for you. You're not really conscious of that. Okay. Well, I'll show you in other areas. I'm here. I got you. I got you. When you're ready, I'm here.
You want to keep doing this? Okay, let's do it.
Right. Next.
Okay. Peace and protection. Believe. Trust in God's peace over your life. Test your faith. Release fear and stress to God and meditate on scriptures about peace.
And that's basically what I was just saying a couple of minutes ago, which is test the faith. That God wants you to test them.
Yeah.
Right? And you do that by applying. If you don't know the promises that God had already said is your promises, you don't know your rights as a citizen of the kingdom of heaven, well, it's almost like finding out that your grandma or somebody in your family left you something in the will, but nobody can contact you. So now the government is just holding on your shit, and you don't even know or aware that is yours, let alone that you even have rights over it. You see what I'm saying? If you don't get it, man, you don't get it. If you do, you get it. But that's what it's saying. Long story short. Next.
All right. Next, purpose and calling. So this is about your purpose and your calling. Believe. Trust that God has a unique purpose for you. Test your faith. Step out in faith towards your calling, even if you don't see the full path. You just have to trust God that He has a unique calling for you, because He does. Everybody has the purpose in life. If you don't see it right now, damn, you're gonna die not knowing it. Especially once you get to your 40s. If you're in your 40s and you still, man, I don't even want to get into that topic. But hey, I'm not 40 yet, so I don't know how it feels like. But I know that at 40, you're supposed to be living the life, not regretting the things that you did on your 20s and 30s and teens.
9 times out of 10, you've already been exposed to what your purpose is. And you probably have some form of disbelief in it because it's too simplistic, or it's maybe not as with the standards that you thought, or you've already been brainwashed to believe that that is not possible. And so you got to rethink shit, man, and you got to think about it like what comes at the path of most resistance.
Right.
The path of most resistance. Can you do this thing without even thinking about doing it? Because it comes so naturally to you. Is this something that you think about doing when you are doing all the other shit that you don't want to do? And you have to align where it serves other people, right? Because if you can use that thing that you do to serve other people and also solve other people's hang-ups in life, and you can give them solutions in life that helps them fix with the thing that you do, then 9 times out of 10, you just want to ask God, make sure that that's the thing that you're supposed to be doing, that's your calling. So it's almost like having a goal, and in between the goal, it gets blurry, right?
I also think you can feel the difference.
You can, but
at some point, though. You can just feel it, you know.
Yeah, you can.
But you'll feel it at some point.
You have to be sensitive to this stuff. That's why I said being vulnerable and submissive to God is how you really get to the source. God ain't about to be sitting there going back and forth. You know, it's not that type of game. It's almost like talking to a father. Like as a dad, and you're a wise dad, or you know what I'm saying, you've had multiple experiences. You're not about to be arguing with your son.
Yeah.
You're not about to. You're not about to be trying to prove a point. It's either when you speak, he listens and he takes heed on every word that you're saying, and he's like, yo, that's solid, Dad. Like, you dropping gems. Let me write some of this stuff down, right?
Yeah.
It's one of those moments like that. And you came across an OG that was like that, where
yeah, that's right, Jack.
You came across an OG who was like that, to where when they spoke, you understood that like this is face value. This is really good. This is good information. What you're sharing right now is very valuable. So one of the second one from what we're on right now was about meditating on scriptures. And you know how you like have affirmations and stuff, and if you did the flashcards with affirmations, you want to do the same practice with scriptures. You want to find ones that align with, or maybe something that you're needing evidence in your life to show you that this thing is possible or whatever. You need to go find it. You need to do your research, ask Pinterest, ask Google, look it up, and get a guide where it says, okay, about wealth, where I need to look at it all in the book about wealth, and I need to read all in here about what, you know what I'm saying? Do the thing. Like when we were in school, at some point when we had to learn words and stuff like that, we would put them on flashcards. And what would happen is we would get an imprint of the image, and it would go in our subconscious mind so we can read it and we can see the letters as we were spelling them out. Let alone in college, if you did the same method in college when learning stuff that was in biochemistry and things like that, you had to learn and practice this stuff. So it's the same, the opposite way. If you're going to learn the mankind way, you got to learn the spiritual way, right? And it's the same application.
That is right. Oh, regarding that, the purpose on calling, I also want to say that, something real quick. I wanted to say that I remember when I was thinking of, or I was doing something else, and then something else came to me, and I was doing it so good, and I was doing it easy and effortlessly, and I asked myself, is this what I'm supposed to be doing? God is going to change things for you, like today, if he has to, and if he feels or sees that you're not aware of what he wants you to do. He's like, this is what I want you to do, so he moves you to that direction. And sometimes we be in denial because we're like, no, I want to do this, I want to do this, this is what I want to do.
Right.
And sometimes you got to do this because you're good at this, not this. So yeah, joy and fulfillment. Believe, trust that God wants you to live joyfully. And that's true, damn. Test your faith. Choose joy daily, no matter your circumstances, and spend time with God, finding fulfillment in his presence.
I could tell you off rip one thing.
Yeah.
You ever birthed a baby, you ever went through the process, and you ever watched the development of babies? They are mostly, when it's outside of asking for stuff, which is like the crying aspect, they're mostly living in joy, right? Their essence is about joy. And so that means in the natural state that you are already coming from joy. You've already came from joy. And so when you're dealing with conversations, friendships, business, all these things, all of the logical side of things, when it comes to like the labels, the blissful state is to share the stuff, to be able to have so much abundance where you're just like, we're all enjoying it, we're going these places, and we get to share the life while we're alive with the people and the friends, and making new friends and changing people's lives and things like that, and being actually of service and of purpose with the life. So when the time you leave, you know that you've lived a life full of fulfillment, right? And this is a joyful state because even when you can replicate that within your children, they start to see these things, and then they can replicate it, and then you see yourself within them, but you see like them actually having some form of guidance where they're not too far off the path, and they understand the foundation of the structure of where you were going and the purpose of this lifetime, you know?
Right.
And so reaching for fulfillment and satisfaction will give you joy, right?
Oh, that's right.
Happiness is temporary, joy is eternal. Okay? And so, like, even when I think about God and I think about, like, my, I think about, like, the overall connection, Grand Rising.
Jones.
What up, doe? What up, doe? Even when I think about God and I think about the overall connection with God, and, like, man, I think it got super intimate when my pops passed. It got super intimate. So God had to show me, and I got a message one day because I was like, how am I supposed to talk to you? And I believe Spirit answered me. Well, this is my belief, yo. So Spirit answered me, and Spirit said, you know, I put him there for you to experience what love was like with this body, right? And so when he transitioned, that energy and everything that I put into Pops was supposed to be transcended to God, which was the whole purpose of placing him in my life, to be an impression of what God was wanting to always give me, right? And so, man, that shit hit home, bro. When I say it hit home, it was like, damn, like, so I'm supposed to be having a conversation with you, even though I'm not even though I'm looking for the response that I was looking for when I was talking to my dad, like I'm looking for the response, but I know that the response is not going to be reciprocated in a way to where I'm looking for it in the physical sense, which was I say something, you laugh, ha ha ha, we talk about it, I said that's not,
Right.
it's somewhat like that, but it's like you got to detach from the norm and transcend to the next stage, because eventually you're going to be joining.
Yeah, that's right.
Right? And you're not going to be functioning the same way you was functioning then. Right?
That's true.
Like, it's real shit out here, bro. It's real
God
shit.
God likes you more when you are in pain, when you are hurting, when you are lonely, when you are feeling like everything is just going left.
Yeah.
God wants you more in that stage.
Because you're more vulnerable.
Yes.
Right? You're more vulnerable to now be able to receive. Because sometimes when shit is going right, you're not as always in the opening to receive. Hence why when
you
hence why
you're running the world.
Right. Hence why when you've already figured shit out in your family and stuff like that, right? You've already figured stuff out, and you see one of your family members struggling in the area, and you try to give them advice, and they are not in the receiving mode. It's way different from dealing with a family member who's like, yo, I'm asking you a question. You know what I'm saying? You have a family member who actually asking you questions and they actually taking notes. It's different because they're actually receiving. They're about to do something with it. Compared to a family member that you trying to tell stuff to, you're like, yo, I have experience. I'm trying to save your life. I'm trying to tell you what's real. I'm trying to make you dodge all the obstacles that I see coming your way. You see what I'm saying? And they're not receiving. Their doors are not open. Their heart is not open to be like, oh shit, they're actually trying to tell me something so I can dodge whatever's going on. And that's why she said God loves you when you're hurting the most, because then you're more vulnerable and you sit the fuck down.
Yeah.
You sit the fuck down. You're like, damn, I gotta rethink, dog. That's not working out that way. Like, then you start doing inner thought and stuff like that.
South Africa. I'm from South Africa.
Sawubona.
Oh, you're from Kenya. Hi.
But was that the last one?
Yes, that was the last one.
So in conclusion, give them the conclusion, baby.
Okay, the conclusion. Each of these promises provision, guidance, healing, strength, peace, purpose, and joy shows God's desire to bless us. Let's believe boldly and act on our faith, setting the stage for these promises to manifest in your life.
Facts. And with that being said, guys, we have said a mouthful, and I believe we've given a lot of value on these lives today.
It's your time to shine.
I hope, and that you take heed of what we were sharing, and apply a lot of what we said into your life, and also just become aware of it. And surround yourself around people who are thinking like-minded, man. Right. Because if you want to make change in your life, you got to be surrounded around people who are thinking not average.
That's true.
Above average. You want above average thinkers, because thinking average will allow you to be sheep. And you don't want to necessarily be a sheep. I feel like your spirit doesn't necessarily want to be sheep. I don't know about your soul, because souls are easily manipulated.
That's
all right?
True. Oh, that's nice.
So with that being said, you just want to align with your higher self, man. Align with your higher self. Fix that, babe. This one.
What?
Right there.
Oh.
Bam. That was it. So align with your higher self, man. Go out here and get these gems. Thank you guys for subscribing. Thank you guys for giving the love. Thank you guys for the insight. Thank you guys for the messages. Thank you guys for the likes. Thank you guys for the love, the energy, and we also
comments,
want to, the comments,
bad and good.
Yeah, we also want to say go check out our content.
We're not twins.
Yeah, that's my wife. Go check out go check out our content. We just dropped a video for you yesterday, and we're gonna have another a long form drop for you on Wednesday. It's already in the premiere.
You're welcome, Steven.
And the shorts are coming too. And yeah, man, we just staying productive around these parks, and like I said, becoming of service, man. Got to be out here doing something other than feeding off of what everybody else got to say about everything else. You know,
right?
Create the reality you want. So peace, blessings, prosperity, success, of abundance in your journey in life. And we will catch you on the next live tomorrow.
We love you guys. Peace and love.
Peace.
Go crush your day.